Stephanie here and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a follow-up video to the Zin Art mat that I tested out with the Cricut faux leather on the Cricut. So I have my little helpers here today. Everybody say hi. You say hi. Wave hi. So we are going to have a lot of fun with this, and I'm going to show you how to make the hair bows in bulk. Enjoy the video.
Since we already did a test cut, we're just going to go ahead and make it. And I measured it out. I can get about 10 cuts out of this. I'm going to be lazy and only show you cutting 8 because I'm not going to switch to a new mat. So I'm going to hit apply. I'll cut the last one off screen. So since we know that we took the test cut right there, we're going to just move that one down and then line these up nice as I can. They don't need to be exact, just eyeballing the distance. Alright, then press continue, selecting faux leather, and we are going to put the pressure at more because if you saw my last video, it definitely needs more pressure. Since we've already cut out this one, we're going to make sure that the rest of this faux leather is braided really well to make sure there is no lift. Anytime you're doing multiple cuts with faux leather, you want to be careful of the lift. And in fact, I'm going to add just a little extra tape right here so that the cut underneath doesn't cause a lift to happen right here. All right, load it into the machine and press go. Anytime there is a massive amount of faux leather being cut, I would like to stay around and monitor. Don't need to be exactly next to it, but sometimes, especially with glitter faux leather, things will get gunked up pretty easily and you'll have to stop the cut, re-braid while it's still on the machine, and then keep going. Now I'm using the Cricut Explore Air. So it takes a little bit longer, but even those 8 cuts only took less than 2 minutes. So I'm going to still check the top one, make sure it cut right, and then I'm going to check the bottom one, make sure it cut right. Usually that means everything in the middle cut just fine. So I'm going to unload and take these apart and then cut the next layer. So now I'm back here in the original file in Design Space, and I'm going to unhide the 2 layers that we need to cut out next, and I'm just going to hide, for simplicity's sake, the front layer and hit make it. Now since we didn't do a test cut yet, we are going to do a test cut now. So I'm going to hit continue, and I am going to select faux leather again, and I'm going to keep the pressure at default just because it's a new material, and when you're trying to cut a new material, you want to stay on the recommended pressure unless it's super paper thin. I would just keep it at the default for the first cut. Since this is a new material, it is actually a faux leather that is really thin for your typical faux leather, but it's a glitter, encased glitter basically, so there's no mess in the glitter. I found this at my craft source. I've never used this type of faux leather before, so we're going to make a test cut first. I'm going to still put down a decent amount of the painter's tape. Just going to reuse from the last cuts we did, and if I feel it's too loose, then I'll just add more, but for right now it seems to be okay. And then because it's only a test cut, I'm just going to braid that area. Even though I'm doing a full sheet, having a full sheet does help it stay down. You still want to braid it a lot. Alright, loading it into the machine. And because it's a fresh cut, I am going to monitor carefully. So it looks like I'm going to have to run it through another time. It's not fully cut. So to run it through another time, you press the Cricut button again. This way you don't have to worry about realigning your faux leather, and you don't have to worry about damaging your mat. So before I unload, I'm going to double check the cut again, this time from the other side, and it seems to have lifted much better. So when I adjust this, I'm going to change it to more pressure. And let's see if this little tiny piece cut here. Yep, there we go. Now that we have that initial cut done, we are going to change the project copies to 9 again and hit apply. Since we are not adjusting our mat size, we can just go ahead and rearrange based on the last cut. I'm going to bring these to the side. Just do them 3 deep. Same thing with this row. I try to do in nicer rows so when I do have to cut off any unusable pieces, it's a simpler, straighter-ish cut. And then to know how far I need to go for this one, so just shy of the 6-inch mark. All right, press continue. And since we know we need to change the pressure of the faux leather, we're going to change it to more. So before we load it into the machine, we're going to add a little bit more tape since we're going to the full 12-inch line, making sure that we have full coverage in our cuts on all sides this time around. Since we're not cutting all the way to the bottom though, I'm just going to reinforce this area that got a little gunked up from the other cuts. I'm always about reusing, that's for sure. All right, now loading it into the machine. And once it's flashing, press go. So now before we unload again, we'll check the test. Make sure that these all cut through. And the only place that really is a little tougher is right there, which I can fussy cut that out, so no worries. And let's check on this side that they cut through. Yep. All right, we can unload. So if you get most of your mat off and you realize there's a few places that didn't cut all the way through, you can take a smaller scissors, just cut on the outside, and then come close and finesse it. And there it looks like you never had to rip it off of a mat at all. Ta-da. I'm gonna do a little bit different technique. So I have the hot glue gun. It's Gorilla Hot Glue. It is a low temp hot glue. Take a dab and pinch this in the middle. Set that aside. Then I'm going to take the larger. My son really wants to talk to you guys. Yeah, I know. You've got so much to say. He's only 5 months. He's only 5 months old, but he is trying hard to talk. Yeah, I hear you. And then I'm going to pinch that here. And this one should be ready to go. It only takes a couple of seconds. I just use the clips to really reassure that it doesn't fold up right away. And I keep it on the low temp for this portion. So the little dot to put the top to the back. And then I'm going to just put another little dot at the front. And I'm going to add the ribbon. So now I'm going to add a little dot to the back. And his little toy is going off. Fun times. And another dot to the top portion. And I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to let it sit with a clip for a minute. So now I've switched the Gorilla hot glue gun to the highest temperature because we're going to work with metal. I have this hair clip. It's a tinier one. I only believe it's an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter. I can't remember exactly. I got it off of Amazon, and they also have it at Hobby Lobby. And so now that that's finished being pinched, I like the clip to be on the right hand side, so I line the top up. What I do is I put a dab of the heated up, the higher heat glue right there. And most often than not, I just press it
by hand, this becomes basically my quick set. So taking the E6000, I'm going to put a little dab right under the biggest part of the clip and place it up there. Then I'm going to put a clip down, those Dollar Tree clips again. Now you see some has already bubbled up for me, perfect size. So I'm just going to drop it there, and then really quickly I'm going to cap it. Since this is the only one I'm doing immediately, I'll do the rest off screen. And then same thing on this side, clip it. So now I'm going to just let this wait and dry for a little while, and I will see you when they are complete. Also, the reason I changed this method was because my girls would do things like this, where they would completely rip off the hot glue, or if I had art glitter glue, I believe this one was originally art glitter glue, parts would get ripped apart. I have these were these were actually art glitter glue and hot glue as well, and you can see that the metal was completely ripped off. So this method, my daughters have not ripped or been able to break any of them. So I can now say I swear by at least several months worth of the hot glue in the middle with the 2 dots of the E6000 on the sides. As you can see, the girls love wearing the bows too in their hair. See? They were styling them for me. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to go to the very end and hear all of the outtakes of what happened today. But here is the final result of the hair bow. If you can see that. There we go. And I hope you enjoyed everything today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you're looking for in terms of cutting ideas. And I hope to see you all very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Say bye-byes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. In our Cricut. Today we are doing a follow-up Cricut video that I did. One day I'll get it right. You wave hi. Wave hi. You pretty girls. Okay, both of you get one. Great. Stop. You want one too? Great. Okay, we're supposed to make this fast. Danny, is that not what you can have? A glitter. Don't mind my daughter. Much less a faux glitter that looks like this. She wants to talk too.